We want to do a lane change here and then do the navigation route, which is left turn way at the front.
And here we have a car impeding our path.
So if we were to look at this, ego is us. So
Yes.
we're ego. And the alignment velocity here is, you can brake here really hard, which the speed drops, and then you make the lane change, and then the speed accelerates. But that'd be super jerky.
Right.
The other approach is you can just keep on accelerating through this intersection. You can just accelerate really fast, and then, but then if there's like some car over here, then you can't do the lane change. Then you're gonna miss the route. Like a trade-off that's happening here, where if you're
Immediate results versus
if you get the immediate results, it's gonna be like very unpleasant.
right.
If you have the
Later uncertainty.
unpleasant, then you're gonna have later uncertainty. So it's like, well, what do you do here? What Tesla is doing is do 2,500 searches. That sounds like quite a bit.
Right. And if we
Right.
pause here,
Yeah.
so we can see all these different searches that they tried, right? So the ones that finished sooner, like they've made it to their destination lane, looks like, and the ones that they've gone farther, like they did a late merge. So like all these are late merges versus these being the early merges. Similarly here, like the ones that cut off soon are the early merge versus the late merge all over here.
These late merges, they completely miss the navigation route, and they have to keep on going.
Right, and I think that's the red line, this threshold.
Right. It's like, do you turn left here? If you don't turn left here, then it's like, okay, well, you missed it.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So that's the problem. So they do a bunch of searches and they find the best path.
And then execute on it.
And then execute on it, and you can see the execute is that
The
blue
blue
line,
Yes.
which is not as good as the planned, but
Pretty close.
pretty close. I mean, you see that it's a little bit accelerating and then decelerating and accelerating, and then
Right.
this is when it turns left. What do you think about this?
I think like this, it does highlight the reality versus theory kind of view of the world, and it's also quite fascinating just to see that Tesla and their AI is making all these plans behind the scenes where people just expect it to work like magic, right? Both are metrics in their computation that they're trying to optimize for. The initial one was definitely the worst case scenario, where you braked like really hard. This is like you're going from 12 meters a second to like 6 meters a second. So like you cut your speed in half and then you reaccelerate. Versus other ones, like you are essentially doubling your speed, right? That's like from 12 to almost 18,
Right.
like 50% faster, right? So that's just gunning. Like you're doing 30 and then the car goes to 45 to like try and make it in.
Right.